Right now at 6, a new requirement. Future Wisconsin high schoolers will have to take a specific course to be able to graduate. And a look at the story of a woman who fought against the Nazi occupation of Belgium.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Wisconsin students will soon have one more requirement in order to graduate high school. Governor Evers recently signing a law requiring students in grades 9 through 12 to study financial literacy. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is learning how one Cooley Region high school is ahead of the game. Jeremy.
Yeah, Ken, earlier today I stopped by Onalaska High School where children are already learning how to manage their money.
Students graduating from Onalaska High School will soon be required to hear about mortgages, banking, and credit cards.
We have a group of kids that are graduating high school without the basic needs and the basic necessities to be successful in life. And so it's a really, really good thing that schools are taking the lead on teaching kids financial literacy.
Recently, Governor Evers created a law that all Wisconsin high schoolers will need to take financial literacy in order to graduate. For more than 20 years, Onalaska High School has been ahead of the game, offering the class to its students.
Before we can start with equity, we got to fix one other thing.
Although Sullivan is proud students are graduating learning how to manage their money, he thinks the law is well overdue.
We have a group of 20 to 30-year-olds who are struggling to buy houses. We can't continue to make the same mistakes that we've made in the past. We have a group of young people that just need to take control of their financial future instead of it being something that just somewhat happens to them.
The high school already has a bunch of graduation requirements, including history and English.
Just like they come out of high school with a strong foundation in mathematics, reading, civic engagement, those are all things that better set them up for successful adulthood.
Principal Jared Schaffner thinks taking a financial literacy course is one of the more important ones.
We don't want students making mistakes as 18, 19, 20-year-olds that will impact them for the next 20 to 30 years from a financial standpoint.
Representative Alex Dahlman, a Republican from Green Lake, authored the plan. The law won't take effect until 2028. Ken.
All right, Jeremy, thanks very much. Squirrel is Alive. That's the name of a book about a woman who fought against the Nazis in World War II. Mary Rostad worked with the French resistance in the Belgian underground to fight against the Nazi occupation of Belgium, since Squirrel was her code name. At an event at the Holman Public Library today, her daughter explains why Rostad's work in the resistance was so important.
At the time, to her, seemed pretty minor because she was just passing information, messages, ammunitions, reporting troop movements. But they were little things that were adding up to help the effort against the Nazis.
Fulcrum Publishing sponsored today's event. If you'd like to read Squirrel is Alive, you can find copies at Pearl Street Books in downtown La Crosse. Happening tomorrow, Toma Health and the Versity Blood Center will be hosting a blood drive. The drive will be from noon to 5 p.m. at Toma's Recreation Park. To donate blood, you must be at least 17 years old, weigh at least 110 pounds, and have photo ID. 16-year-olds can also donate blood if they have parental consent. If you'd like to donate blood at the event, you can register on the website at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, we had definitely a colder temperatures here, actually pretty similar to yesterday, but we had that northwest wind in the mornings. Overall, our temperatures were a little bit warmer with more sun, but as we look out now, right now, basically upper 20s to La Crosse, and overall high temperatures 32 to 34. So pretty close to where we were yesterday. It's just we had more sun and a little bit more wind than yesterday. We had more cloud cover. Not that far off from average, a couple degrees here or there. So pretty typical December day. It just was a little bit cooler than we've had, going to last week. Our temperatures as you stretch out to the north, pretty typical for middle December to see an 18 up to Grand Forks to 28 down here. As we look at the big picture, there is a warm front to the north that's going to be pushing eastward. We'll see warmer air behind that, along with some cloud cover associated with that. There's also a system to the south that's going to provide some cloud cover too here overnight, and we'll see some of that pass through, but not expecting any precipitation with any of that for this evening. Just really going to drop back down to 23. Lighter winds for La Crosse too, and the same story as we go through Eau Claire too. The winds will be much lighter than we've had earlier today, dropping down to 20. So all in all, not a bad middle of December evening as we go out. Big picture will kind of break down as you look at the map. There's warmer temperatures above average to the west, and that is coming our way. And as you look at the whole entire map, there's not a lot of blue on there either. So I'll break down what that pattern means and if we got any rain or snow in the picture a little bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Well, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is starting the process toward making alcohol-impaired driving prevention technology standard in new passenger vehicles. The announcement comes as the agency launched its annual Holiday Drive Sober campaign. According to the agency, in December of 2021, the year with the most recent available data, more than 1,000 people were killed in drunk driving crashes. That's the highest total in almost 15 years.
These days, the answer is so simple. Bus, subway, cab, Uber, Lyft. Take a refreshing walk. There's so many ways you can get yourself home. Any way you do it is going to be worth it if it saves a life.
The agency also debuted some new ads as part of that Drive Sober campaign. 4 women described the sexual abuse and harassment they endured at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. They say agency leaders failed to protect them. And President Joe Biden meeting with the Ukrainian president in our nation's capital today, discussing further funding in the war against Russia.
Save with holiday hot deals. Get Cook's ham portions, just $1.48 a pound. Jack's Pizza, just $2.99. And Lay's Kettle Cooked, Rolled Gold, or Munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Are your old drafty windows stealing your comfort and money? With your home improvement company, you get custom-built, energy-efficient windows direct from the factory and with a lifetime warranty. Call today and save with buy 2 windows and get 2 windows free. Twice the windows at half the cost. And no interest, no payments, and nothing down until 2025. Great financing to fit your budget. Get your windows installed in as little as 1 day. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. Save every day this holiday with Perks prices at Hy-Vee. That's smart powdered or brown sugar, H Perks price, $1.99. Fresh Express garden salad, $1.48. And Campbell's Chunky Soup, H Perks price, $1.99. Sign up today.
Well, distressing testimony on Capitol Hill as 4 women described to a Senate subcommittee the sexual abuse and harassment they endured at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. They allege a systemic failure of leadership to protect them, which the military branch acknowledged in an internal report. Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill.
This hearing is about a culture of cover-up.
One by one, 3 women who attended the U.S. Coast Guard Academy and 1 current cadet detailed sexual misconduct at the prestigious institution.
No to him was an invitation to try again.
Academy senior Kira Holmstrup testified about her assault and harassment that followed.
I've seen the reporting process continue to re-victimize those who courageously come forward.
Retired Lieutenant Melissa McCafferty says she was repeatedly raped and explained why she was afraid to report it.
They don't care. They just want to make the next rank, and I have seen it in the fleet, at the academy, at the senior-most levels.
The hearing follows media reporting of a years-long investigation called Operation Fouled Anchor into allegations of dozens of sexual assaults and decades of mishandled reporting. Lawmakers were furious they were not notified of the probe.
That report was concealed, hidden, and withheld from the United States Congress.
It is accountability, it's exposure, it's naming and shaming. It's pretty obvious what has to be done.
For Caitlin Morrow, who left after 1 semester, it's too late.
My main perpetrator is currently a lieutenant commander in the Coast Guard. He is thriving in a career that I had hoped for.
In a report issued this month, the Coast Guard said change is necessary, calling for policies to ensure accountability related to sexual assault and harassment and increased oversight and better accountability at the Academy. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Connecticut Senator Blumenthal pointed to a 2022 survey in which more than half of female USCB cadets surveyed reported experiencing sexual harassment in the last year. Lawmakers have also requested an investigation by the Department of Homeland Security's Inspector General, which is still underway. President Joe Biden met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Washington today. The visit comes as U.S. funding to continue to supply weapons and ammunition to Ukraine is set to run out within weeks. Before the meeting, Zelensky took his case to lawmakers on Capitol Hill, where a $61 billion U.S. aid package for Ukraine remains stalled.
President Zelensky made it so clear how he needs help, but if he gets the help, he can win this war.
The U.S. intelligence community estimates Russia has lost about 87% of its active duty ground troops, as well as hundreds of combat vehicles, forcing Russia to continue the fight with stored Soviet-era equipment. Today was supposed to be the last day of the UN Climate Summit in Dubai, but it looks like delegates will be back tomorrow, as many are unhappy of a suggested final agreement.
And this climber continues to head uphill for most of this winter so far. It's going to continue too as we see temperatures climb to the 40s, maybe near 50. We do have some rain or snow in the forecast. I'll break down when we might expect that. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Is celebrating Ryan Blaney's NASCAR Championship with 12% off everything till Christmas. Add recessed lighting to your home with dimmable 6-inch ultra-thin wafer downlights from Juno. They're easy to install. Just $17.59 after 12% off. Keep your entire home tidy with our great selection of Libman cleaning supplies. Receive a $10 instant savings on any qualifying purchase of $30 or more on all Libman products.
Merry Christmas and enjoy your 12% off everything.
Do you know where your money's going? Ultra's online and mobile banking gives you instant access to your accounts and makes managing your finances easy. Halfway around the world or at your local neighborhood shop, no need to visit a branch to deposit checks, transfer money, or open new accounts. All of those and more are available right at your fingertips. Check your spending, make loan payments, and send money to your friends and family. Convenient banking that gives you control of your finances. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
The year-end sales event is going on now at Osseo Ford and Fountain City Ford. We have over 50 in-stock F-150s with discounted supplier pricing and great financing through the end of the year. Get 2.9% financing for 66 months on every new F-150 and $2,250 in rebates on XLT and Lariats. And get supplier discount pricing on every in-stock F-150. Plus, we have over 100 new Fords in stock. Supplier discount pricing and low financing end soon, only at Osseo Ford and Fountain City Ford.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Today was supposed to be the last day of the UN Climate Summit in Dubai, known as COP28, but it looks like delegates will be back tomorrow. Many are blasting a suggested final agreement, calling it weak and saying it doesn't do enough to address the climate crisis.
This draft is being called everything from grossly insufficient to incoherent and perhaps most creatively a cop-out. Now, going into the two-week climate summit, there was a big push for a final agreement to include a phase-out or at least a phase-down of fossil fuels. Pollution from coal, oil, and gas is the main driver of human-caused climate change. Now, the latest draft does not call for an end to fossil fuels and instead makes it sound optional, saying nations could slash greenhouse gas emissions, including reducing both consumption and production of fossil fuels. Now, major oil-producing nations, including Saudi Arabia, have objected to calls for an end to fossil fuels or a specific timeline to phase them down. The summit's host, the United Arab Emirates, is also one of the world's top oil producers. Now, an organization of small island nations that could be wiped off the map by rising sea levels said it would not support a deal that would be their, quote, death certificate. And given that all 198 nations have to agree on the final text, this whole summit is now on the verge of failure. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Negotiations on the final text of an agreement are set to resume tomorrow. Well, days featuring snowfall have been few and far between for the region of late. Will that change in the near future? Let's get the answer from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Quick answer, probably not. But we will see some rain or snow. We're just not going to see any significant winter event coming through here probably for the next 7 to 10 days, maybe potentially to Christmas. A lot of people talk about the ice, but we're definitely not going to be adding to it. In fact, probably not going to see a little bit actually going away with the temperatures that are supposed to be for the rest of this week. Really, tomorrow we'll see seasonal conditions, a few degrees above average. The warm weather comes Thursday and Friday. We might see a few 50s out there depending on things play out. The chance of rain or snow comes Friday night into Saturday morning. We'll see if we get any travel impacts. It's going to be light, either rain or snow, but we'll see what the temperatures look like as we go into Saturday morning. Otherwise, next week, going to the weekend before Christmas, dry conditions continue above average. That means upper 30s, maybe all the way to mid 40s, depending on things out. Some signs we might get a system closer to Christmas, but for right now, it's pretty weak, and even then it looks kind of warmish too with what's going on. As you wake up tomorrow morning, upper teens, we'll see a lighter southwest wind, on and off cloud cover tomorrow, but still plenty of sunshine. All in all, a pretty nice day in December. As we go through tomorrow evening, temperatures falling back into the 30s. And then tomorrow night, with the meteorite shower going on, we actually look pretty good for cloud cover, and temperatures overall not that bad. Once again, it's the Geminis that the peak really is tomorrow night, and potentially as we go into the Thursday night, 120, it's the best of the whole year with the amount of rate that we get. So overall, try to get away from the light pollution, look up, kind of adjust your eyes, lay down on the ground and see if you can see some of these. Once again, this is the best one and really the last one of the year that we're going to see for shower, and it's going to play out as you look at pretty clear skies Wednesday. Unfortunately, Thursday we're going to start seeing that cloud cover become from the system to the south approach the area, so that's why we're thinking maybe Thursday night we'll see more cloud cover. I don't think we'll see any of this precipitation as it pushes up. This is the one system, and there's a front to the north that'll be coming through. These two are going to be the one that's going to play a factor as we go into potentially some rain or snow going into Saturday night. It kind of sits along here late Friday. That front kind of sits south, and then it comes through. And once again, the precipitation chances are the highest probably Saturday night, and then it's going to be rain or snow come through Saturday morning, and then it should start wrapping up sometime Saturday morning, early afternoon. It might even be sooner than that too. Sunday looks fine, everything's good and dry, but that's what we're looking at right now, the best shot. How much rain or snow, we'll have to just wait and see. It's not that strong of a system, but it's probably our best chance for precipitation here in the next 8 days. A lot of pink, as you see, even behind that system front coming this weekend, Saturday, temperatures still are above average, so we're not really going to cool down behind that. And as we go into next week, just generally temperatures still running above average. There's no blue at all on this map, and that'll probably continue all the way through the end of the week, depending on things play out. So unfortunately, no cold air in sight tonight. Upper teens around 20, fairly colder than we've used to, but shouldn't be anything that we haven't seen this time of year. Tomorrow, lighter winds, cloud cover here and there, upper 30s to near 40, so a few degrees warmer, closer to average, and then it just gets warmer as we go towards Thursday and Friday with the potential maybe for a 50 there, and there's your rain or snow coming Friday night into Saturday. We'll keep an eye on whether we have any type of road issues with that, which I don't think we will, but even behind it, we still stay fairly mild.
Yeah.
So
a lot of consistency there too.
Unfortunately, yeah, beyond that, it's an El Nino pattern,
Yep.
and right now, that's what it's going to be for a while.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a jam-packed night of high school sports on the way. Plus, those Packers took a step backward on Monday night, to say the least, against the G-Men. Rob's got reaction next.
Attention seniors, be safe with your affordable tub-to-shower conversion or enjoy an all-new bathroom. Contact the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate. High quality at lower prices.
Stay warm and cozy this winter with LaCrosse Fireplace Company and receive a 30% federal tax credit. Wood stoves with a modern style like Quadra-Fire or the classic look from Vermont Castings, LaCrosse Fireplace Company has the stove to fit your style and needs. Purchase before the end of the year and receive a 30% federal tax credit on the entire package and installation. LaCrosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza for just $11.99 at papamurphys.com.
Honey, where are the kids? I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
This year, let Ford make the holidays bright. Go over any type of terrain with Ford Bronco Sport.
Hey, Dad.
How's the weather?
All good.
And the Ford Explorer with available seating for 7. And with power on demand in the all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning, well, that's how Ford is making the holidays bright. Now, get 2.9% financing for 66 months plus $1,750 FlexBuy cash on select Ford SUVs, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
The Drew Crew is here! Magic's gonna happen. Yes!
We're all learning about things that are meaningful and important, as well as silly and fun. We're all one big happy family.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8. Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
After winning 3 straight games against some pretty good competition, Lions on Thanksgiving, the Chiefs last Sunday night, Green and Gold got back to 500, put themselves in a prime spot for a playoff push, but then last night happened. Packers taking a step backwards on Monday night against the 4-8 Giants. 3 costly turnovers by Green Bay, including this one by Keyshawn Nixon early in the third quarter. Packers had the lead at that point, but then late in the third, Giants in front now. Tommy DeVito with a strike to Isaiah Hodgins in the back of the end zone. New York extends its lead to 8. Despite all the mistakes, though, Packers still find a way to take the lead late in the fourth. Jordan Love to Malik Heath, but Green Bay comes up short on the 2-point conversion. Giants capitalize. They punch it through the uprights as time expires. A heartbreaking loss for the Packers in prime time. Their 3-game winning streak snapped, and after a few weeks of promising play, this loss, a big step in the wrong direction for Green Bay.
Special teams wasn't good enough, offense wasn't good enough, defense wasn't good enough. So all 3 collectively, and when you're bad in all 3 phases, that's what happens. You lose the game.
It's definitely disappointing, just looking at what we got in front of us. But like we say all the time, we're taking it 1 week at a time, and to come up short, plenty of opportunities to win that game, and just didn't execute good enough. So it's disappointing for sure.
Packers will look to get back on the right track next Sunday at home against Tampa Bay. Kickoff scheduled for noon. On the volleyball court, what a final year it was for Viterbo's Kenzie Winker, the Holman grad, being recognized on a national level. The Conference Player of the Year wraps up her college career as an All-American for the 3rd straight season. It's Winker's first time, though, being selected to the All-American first team. She made the 2nd team last year and the 3rd team back in 2021. Winker recorded the 4th most kills in the NAIA this season with 557 of them. Jam-packed sports schedule tonight at 10. Conference play continuing on the court, two MVC rivals going at it. Aquinas hosting Central on the boys' side. Staying in the MVC, the Onalaska boys hosting Holman. Those same two schools meeting on the girls' side as well. That one at Holman High, we'll have that one too. In the Cooley Conference, West Salem plays host to rival Westby. And on the ice, the Hilltoppers play host to Sparta-Toma. Ken, we got to talk about the game last night.
Of course, of course.
I heard on the radio, obviously you didn't expect this team to win 8 straight.
Sure.
But when you see them beat teams like the Chiefs and Lions on Thanksgiving, you expect to win a game like last night. You kind of you fool the fans a little bit.
Yeah.
Get back to 500, and then you have a stinker against a team that hasn't played well all season.
No, absolutely. Expectations were definitely different than what we saw on the field. But it does go back to any given Sunday in the NFL.
Sure.
Like, there are a lot of good teams with good personnel. That defense for the Giants actually pretty good with single high look, man coverage, a lot of blitzes. I mean, they had a game plan, and man, the Packers just did not execute theirs.
It was windy, but next week, they got to win next week. You got to beat Tampa. You got to beat Carolina. So
Absolutely. A winnable rest of season.
Absolutely.
But so was yesterday.
Exactly. Right.
Rob, thanks very much. We'll be right back after this.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
December is the most wonderful time of the year. It's a time to be merry, be joyful, and share with friends and family. Here at Maxwell White, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and a Happy New Year.
Garbage day! Here you go.
Russell! I swear I've been seeing you everywhere.
I've been busy.
Let's get together for Christmas. Oh, let's be together this year. 'Cause it's been way too long. Let's sing a happy song. Sharing the love and all that Christmas cheer. Oh, let's get together for Christmas. Let's get the whole gang together. Let's get together this year.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
All right, tomorrow it's actually going to be warmer. Should get up to the upper 30s, near 40 for both locations. Lighter winds, better conditions. Overall, not too bad. But it even gets better if you like the warmer conditions, because we're going to see the mid to upper 40s Thursday, Friday. Rain chance, no chance Friday into early Saturday.
All right. Thanks a lot, Greg. And thank you all for joining us tonight at 6. We appreciate your time. Hope to see you again at 10.